good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody this morning. Good morning. God bless you. Thank you for joining us this morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. If you could do me a favor and witness this morning to someone by hitting that like and share, and then actually tagging somebody this morning. Let's all evangelize this morning, not just share it, but let's tag somebody this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see the folks have joined us already to Lady Stocks. God bless you. Good morning. Well, first of all, let me say good morning to our Instagram family, to our Facebook family, and to our YouTube family. God bless you all. Thank you for joining. Now, as I go through the list, I do want to call some names out. To Lady Stocks, God bless you. To Marion, hey, how they do the heart. Yeah, I love you. I love you. To Tristan Morris, God bless you, sir. Man of God, thank you for joining us this morning. I also see Elder Clark is on. God bless you, sir. We got to get together. We got to get together. We got to do something. To the Bishop Desmond Arnell Marshall, we just left one platform and we jumping over here. God bless you, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning. To Deacon Grimes, God bless you. To Leandra, God bless you. Thank you for joining us. To Juanita Clark, God bless you for joining us. To Prophet Fisher, God bless you. To Pastor David over in Africa, God bless you for joining us this morning. To Lady Brooks, I saw you on there. God bless you. Thank you for joining. This is what I call Wisdom Wednesday. My guest, my co-host, will be joining us shortly. He comes in and drops some quick nuggets and go on about his business. So to God be the glory. But this is the day that the Lord has made, and he actually only gives us one requirement, and that is to rejoice and be glad in it. And a lot of times we do too much work when he's already given us the blueprint of what to do. The funny thing about a building or the people that work in the construction field is all they have to do is their part. The architect has already laid out the blueprint, and therefore all they have to do is follow the blueprint for the building or the house or whatever they're building to come to life. And so a lot of times we step outside of what our assignment is in order to try to do something, and we find ourselves getting in trouble. So to God be the glory. God bless you, Elder Feaster. Thank you for joining us today. And we're just excited about, here we are midway through the week and midway through the year, because this week will close out 6 months of the year. And as we look back over the last 6 months, between morning coffee and faith and tea, we have had something to talk about. Amen. I mean, we are learning to trust God even more. And I tell you, last night we had our final 1 hour of power. Well, not our final, but we're getting ready to go on our summer break from our 1 hour of power on Tuesday night, as well as our Monday morning prayer. The Lord has instilled in me to give us a month off for family time, for the vacation in the month of July. So for those we won't be having, we still will be definitely having our faith and tea, because this is a mandate. But to God be the glory. God bless you. To Charmaine, God bless you. Thank you for joining. I know you're probably getting your school ready, so I always appreciate when you join. But I was thinking on last night, we had a powerful, when I say a powerful 1 hour of power, and Elder Greg, he started it off. We came out of Genesis, and he was talking about Adam and Eve and how Eve ate of the fruit, and then of course gave it to Adam. And for those, I mean, most of us are Bible scholars, we know the rest. But I was thinking about, and I mentioned it on there, just about being out of place. That whole situation, if you think about it, that whole situation happened because Eve was out of place. And by her being out of place and Adam being out of place, it allowed the devil, Satan, the serpent, to come in. And so on this day, I basically, on this Wednesday, this Wisdom Wednesday, I just want to encourage you to stay in place. Get in place, get in place, get in place. The Bible lets us know that when God came looking for them that evening, he said, "Where art thou?" Because guess what? They weren't where they were supposed to be. And the main thing that I have been instilling within my own spirit, and I want to inspire in you all today, is just stay in the will of God. Stay in the will of God. I mean, things will happen if you follow the plan. I always tell you Wednesday is such a important day for me. Good morning. Good morning. Here's the co-host. He's Javarius. Thank God. But Wednesday is such an important day for me because it starts off so early. I jump on different platforms, and of course, Inspired to Love was off the chain this morning. I enjoyed that segment. Lady Patrice, God bless you. As always, the Lord definitely is using you in this season. But I start off with my morning prayer with Apostle Eugene Taylor. And let me just say this, you're really not in the screen on the Instagram, so kind of move over. I try to encourage people about staying in place. And, when you hang around people like Pastor Fisher, and you hang around people like Apostle Eugene Taylor and different preachers that I associate myself that have the gift of prophecy, you find yourself being encouraged on a consistent basis because they're literally speaking prophetic word into your life. Let me tell you something. I tell people all the time, stay connected. And I'm telling you, on Monday, he spoke a word into my life. And then this morning, he basically said some other things that are happening right now. Now, here's what you need to understand. He only knows me from a small connect. It's not like we hang out and this, that, and the other. But the truth to the matter is God is moving right now. And it's not by coincidence that we are connected. Hear what I'm saying, Faith and T. We're connected for a divine purpose. And I'm encouraging you all to stay connected because as Lady Cheryl and I one day did a skit and we were showing how just overflow blessings happening. I'm telling you, there's no way that the Lord can be blessing me and you not receive the overflow. It just does not work that way. And so I'm encouraging you all to stay connected. Let's stay connected, stay connected, stay connected. But I'm excited because this is Wednesday, and I always am excited when Javaris comes and sits at the table with me because I call it Wisdom Wednesday. Mainly because the Bible speaks of why he called the old and why he called the young. And just over the last couple of months, Javarius has really come out of a shell. We used to have these type of talks, but he's definitely came out of his shell as far as expressing it more out in the public. And so I'm just excited. And so my question of the day is, first of all, how are you doing this morning?
Good.
And what's on your mind? What you got on your mind?
I've been training and coaching young kids, dealing with a lot of different attitudes and all of this, and I think peer pressure is real, and just focusing on these kids, coaching them, training them, you see that it's two different types. Well, everybody knows two different types of peer pressure: positive and negative peer pressure.
All right.
But I think it's just, for example, a couple days ago we had two kids get into it, and they started cursing at each other, and then they got in each other's face, and me being the
you like your mother.
Me being the coach that I am, me being how I am, I'm gonna see what you want to do. If y'all want to do something, show me. So I let I let 5 seconds go and ain't nothing happen, right? So I got them running. I got them running while I talked to the other kids, and I was basically just explaining to them that I said, did I give both of them an opportunity to do whatever they was talking about
doing? Okay.
Yeah. I was like, did they do anything? No.
Okay.
Exactly. So I said, one of y'all in this group has him feeling the need to either prove or show that he's bigger and better or something than what he is.
All right.
That's where it all boils down to. In life in general, when we see all of these instances, another example about the dude that ended up losing his life because he must have hit on the young lady and her son shot the dude. You had 5 to 6 people recording the video.
Right.
That's negative peer pressure.
Right.
On all accounts.
Okay.
The dude who sees the cameras pop out. See, and now it's one thing to talk heavy when no cameras are.
When there's nobody there.
So he can talk heavy all he wants.
All right.
But once you go live on Facebook,
now I gotta show.
Now he feels that he has to prove what he was just talking about. Instead of the positive peer pressure being the people out behind those cameras trying to de-escalate the situation. You guys have pulled out your camera, so now y'all have negatively peer pressured him into doing something that who knows if we really know if he wanted to do it or not.
Right, which end up, from what you're saying, ended up costing him his life. You follow what I'm saying? So basically what you're saying is, and so in reality, they were a part of him losing his life.
Yeah,
because they could have de-escalated it by just stepping in.
They were the negative peers.
Right. So, that's powerful right there. So, basically what you're saying is we have an obligation.
Yeah, it's called intentionally. You have to live intentionally.
Okay.
So, and what I mean by that, you have to live with a purpose. Live with meaning. And when you do that, you plan ahead so that when stuff comes upon you, you're not lashing out so fast.
You're not reacting
to what happened. You're thinking about you're weighing the pros and cons of the situation.
Yes.
But so even going back to that, I'm talking to the kids and I'm basically letting them understand. First of all my kids they're just black youth, black young adults.
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with all black kids.
Yes.
So knowing that, I have to let them know that, bro, we're already playing behind the 8 ball.
We're behind the 8 ball
and
already.
I know it's some that don't want to go there or some that aren't going to go there. But when I coach, when I train, I'm going to let my kids know, regardless of what race, demographic, or this, that, and the third, I'm going to let you know where you fit in the totem pole in this world.
Okay.
You can't go around living a certain way and thinking that it was okay. It's a funny stat that they build beds based off your 3rd and 4th grade test scores.
All right.
And the statistics with me and Deacon Grimes was literally just talking about that. Because he has a non-profit organization, the statistics is in the pudding. Like, it's all there. It makes sense. If you failed 3rd and 4th grade, what are 3rd and 4th grade? They're typically the kids I'm working with right now, 10, 11, 12. So it's my job right now to put positive peer pressure on them.
All right.
I don't have time to negatively, I can't even play around and joke and key and joke on those dudes, because once again, I'm dealing with so many different attitudes, so many different backgrounds. I have to be able to adapt to the funny, to the mean. You get all of those in that one group, So basically what I'm saying is, I can't, the jokes I can crack on Andre, I can't crack those jokes on Tonio.
Right.
It don't work the same.
Right.
So it's all about, and it's about just being intentional with what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you're being intentional with what you're doing, positive peer pressure comes out of that.
Well, and some of the comments that's coming in: live intentional with a purpose. Live intentional. Live with a purpose. And the thing of it is, and in your particular case, especially in what you're working at in the camp, and thank God for Courts of Praise this year that did the summer camp and have you working as one of the counselors in the sports side of it. To Lady Todd and Pastor Superintendent Todd, God bless you and thank you for that. Because we are obligated, we are our brother's keeper. And the fact of the matter is, you really, in a sense, don't know what they're going through when they leave the camp. All you know is once they get there, is your job then for those next 6, 7, 8 hours, ever how long you're there, to build them back up. In some cases, because some of them have come in defeated. Some of them probably are being bullied. Some of them probably are less fortunate as far as materialistically, clothing and shoes and stuff like that. So in that period of time, either you can take them to a higher level, or you could be the cause of, just like you was talking about, that young man that ended up. But the same thing about it, the disrespect that he had, the mere fact that he would punch a woman. And that's the sad thing about it, that he ended up losing his life off of being disrespectful in a situation where, once again, how you stated, when the cameras came out, he felt that now all of a sudden I have to do this. And in reality, he had those same people that pulled the camera out and said, hey, bro, calm your little self down. For one, we know he couldn't have whooped all of them.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So, we have to be intentional in what we're trying to do. And that's what,
we gotta know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, and being intentional. We gotta know the purpose of being intentional.
Yes. I'm saying Apostle Hicks say, gee, I like that you're taking ownership on our youth development. It's important for them to have active, intentional mentors outside of the classroom. Yeah, so it's so important that when and this goes back to we saying understanding your assignment. And God bless you, Lady Collins. Thank you for joining. To Elder Ransom, I see you jumped on. Thank you for joining us this morning. But it is important that we understand our assignment. That we all have an assignment. And that's why even when we talk about waking up, when we talk about waking up in the morning, and one of our statements is, he did it again. He woke me up. And then I always come behind that and say, now what? You follow what I'm saying? Now what? Yeah, he woke you up. But what are you going to do to become effective in the kingdom today? And that's the thing that we got to take in consideration. And that's why I thank God so much for Faith and T, that the different voices that come on, the different people that God has allowed me to attach myself to, and that are attached to me. And that's why I'm saying that we have to stay connected, because if we stay connected, guess what? Opportunities are going to come for all of us. Like I say, my prayer always is just stay in the will of God. Because if you stay in the will of God, then that means you're in the right place at the right time. When we go back to thinking about Adam and Eve, they stepped outside of the will of God. And one of the points that we made last night was the thing, and this is what I want everybody to to understand, listen, when God has already opened up doors for you and you are on a level that you know that you did not get on your own. Hear what I'm saying, saints? When you are where blessings are just flowing in your life and opportunities are just flowing in your life, then it is important for you at that point to stay in the will. Adam had no reason to fall for the okie doke. Hear what I'm saying? He had no reason. He had everything at his disposal. So at what point do you allow somebody else to convince you that what you already have, they can give you more? You follow what I'm saying? In other words, in our conversation here, you got the house, you got transportation, you got a job, you got your dad. You know what I'm saying? So what else could somebody literally say to you to make you throw that away? You follow what I'm saying? And so that's where we got to understand that it's important. It is so important that when the opportunities come for you to inspire, to push, to motivate, to help somebody else, how important it is to take advantage of that. Which say give you the paper, but that'll come. And that's the thing that you have to understand. Those type of things come because once you are in the right place, opportunities just fall your way. So we just excited about what God is doing, has been doing over these last couple of months. I'm just excited watching you now really find, and it was already there, but how you are embracing it now and realizing that you are, how important you are in the kingdom. You follow what I'm saying? That the skills that God gave you, now you can share that with somebody else, that you can help somebody else achieve goals that in some cases they might be being told that they'll never end up being anything. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going on in another individual's life, what they're hearing. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of times our children are just things are being spoken into their life that can tear them down. But to have someone that can lift them up, to motivate them, I'm like, hey, listen, I am super proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man, because guess what? God has more in store for you. You follow what I'm saying? You've got some dreams that God's going to allow you to acquire. Why? Because you're staying connected. And that's the whole key. I'm telling everybody, it's just about staying connected. It's not about your church, my church, or anybody else's church. It's about us staying connected within the kingdom, because guess what? We need each other. G's going to reach people that I never would be able to reach. And of course, I'm reaching some people that he'll never reach. Well, he's reaching a lot of the people that I reach. But what I'm saying is we need each other. And so I just want to, on this Wisdom Wednesday, encourage us to stay connected. Let's look. Let's get through. This is midweek. This week ends the month of June. And then we are halfway through the year. And yes, if we take time to look back where we have come from, I just want you to understand, we've come this far by faith. And I know the Fantastic Four can relate to that. I know those that are connected to us can relate to that. That we could have easily thrown in the towel. But guess what? It was through the faith of God. It was through our understanding that life happens. And even after life happens, you have to continue to live. And so to God be the glory. I thank the Lord for each and every one of y'all. Listen, I do want to tell you this, that on this coming Friday, our inspirational Friday that we always had, we will have none other than Elder Douglas Feaster from Courts of Praise. He will be giving us our Friday and our weekend inspirational message. So please join us. Let's support him. Once again, this is, like I say, always about the kingdom. So we want to make sure that we push our own. Amen, somebody. He knows that I love him dearly. Of course, the dean is on, Mother Feaster. She's the dean of my faith and tea. If don't nobody else be on, I know Mother Feaster gonna be there. And to God be the glory on that. And listen, on Saturday, I will be the guest speaker for God's chosen remnant. It is a Zoom service. And so if you could join me at 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central time, I have a word from the Lord. The Lord has been dealing with me on a message that I believe the kingdom needs to hear. And so please join me if you can block out just an hour time on this coming Saturday, and we will be ever so grateful. And as we get ready to go into the new month of July, listen, we haven't talked about sowing seeds for quite a time, but we are asking that starting in July that you put something aside so that you can sow into the Phenomenal Outreach Ministries. Everyone knows we are totally outreach ministry. We work outside the four walls, and we want to build up our chest so that we can get back out there and get the people that's out in the or going through a season. We can get them prepared for the fall and the winter, and that means that we've got to get some clothes out there. We've got to get some more toiletries out there. Of course, we can't feed them and when I say we can't feed them monthly, but anytime we go out there, we always go out there making sure that we feed them. And guess what? Before the Bible speaks of where charity begins, and it says it begins at home. And so we're asking you all to definitely sow into, and whatever you sow is going to be a blessing, because like I tell people all the time, we try to give them canned goods that don't necessarily have to be heated up. And like a case, 24 cans is less than $25. And so just think about it. If you sow $25, that means that you just helped feed 25 people. Come on, talk to me today. And so we are going to do our part, but we need your help. And we thank you so much for that. To everybody that joined us today, to God be the glory. We thank you. We thank Javarius for always coming in and dropping some knowledge from a younger version. We continue to ask him to continue to do what he's doing, because God has a place for him. To all of you all, please come back on this coming Friday. As I mentioned, Elder Feaster will be our host, inspirational speaker, and we want to make sure that we give him the support. I love each and every one of y'all. And for the ladies, to Lady Collins, thank you for joining. But to Lady Collins, to Lady Brooks, to Lady Marshall, to Lady Fisher, and to Lady Teaa, I will be reaching out to you all, because I know for a minute we have been using a lot of the men for the inspirational Fridays, but I know there's a word in you all, in the women, and I definitely want to make sure. So when I reach out to you, if you can fit me in your calendar, because I know some of y'all are busy, some of y'all have work schedules, but if you can fit me in from 7:30 to 8 o'clock on a Friday, I would appreciate it so much, because guess what? We believe in the kingdom. That's just the way we are. And I thank God for each one of y'all. Listen, have a phenomenal day on purpose. It's halfway through the week. You've made it. All you got to do is look back over the 2 days that's already behind you. You got 2 more days in front of you. We're going to do this thing together. I will see you back again on Friday. God bless you. To Instagram, to YouTube, and to our Facebook family, we love you. As we always say, peace. Have a phenomenal day on purpose. God bless.